You motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. That's right. I'm starting off cursing. All right. Let me move this camera so I don't look weird looking. All right. I don't want to block her pretty face right now. We'll do it for now. All right. But anyways, you motherfuckers. Yeah, you got me defending Amanda Seals. You got me defending her. Now, I am not the type of hater that's going to not defend somebody that I dislike simply because I dislike them. If they say something that I feel as though is defensible, if they do something that I feel is defensible, if they are wronged in any way that I'm like that is wrong, whether I like them, whether I love them, whether I hate them or not, I'm going to defend them and say, yo, that was wrong, or they're right. They're in the right to feel this way. They're in the right to do this thing. They were whatever the case is. I'm going to defend them. That's the type of person I am. I don't choose sides. I'm vocal. I'm very vocal about the people that I like and dislike. I'm very vocal about the stances that I take in general. In this clip here, Amanda Seals is getting hate for not because she lied about being autistic, which she didn't get hate from anybody but me for doing so. Um, when anybody, I wasn't the only one, but I was the loudest about that. Um, she didn't get hate for lying about a man sexually assaulting her and then later find out that the man didn't touch her. And the reason why she lied on him, it was because he didn't want to have sex with her. So she lied and said he raped me or he tried to rape me when he didn't even touch you because he didn't want to touch you. And you're upset that he didn't want to touch you in that manner. And therefore you said he did something he didn't do. No, that's not why folks are upset at Amanda Seals. And these two examples I gave are just two of the many examples of things she's actually said and done that are indefensible. But that's not why people are upset. People are upset. It's because she called Kamala Harris a phony, pretty much. Hopefully, y'all don't hear that outside right now. I don't understand why people cut grass or why this fucking neighborhood will want to send grass cutters out when it's raining out. Or pretty much it was, on the cusp of raining. That's weird. But, anyways, I'm going to move my face now, my pretty face, so you can see this pretty face. She's still a pretty woman. Let's not get it twisted. And I'm not saying calling her pretty because she said something I agree with. I've always said that there are certain things that Amanda Seals says that I agree with her, and she's fairly intelligent, fairly. You know what I'm saying? But there are just a number of things I dislike about her. The last time I talked about her, y'all already know I've named those things. Those two examples I gave are just two examples of the many things that I really, really dislike about the woman. So without further ado, we're gonna play this video. Hopefully it can be heard. I'm gonna play this video and y'all gonna hear why she's getting hate. And you're gonna see, maybe I'll show the thread of the individuals who are now being vocal about how they hate her for saying this.
Put in clips of Kamala Harris stating things. I don't need politicians to state things. I need politicians to do things. When I met with Kamala Harris after she summoned me, I said to her straight up, you talk out two sides of your neck and we don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Kamala Harris who's trying to shut me the fuck up. Because I told her straight up that I feel like she is disingenuous in her messaging. And she said to me, well, you're being too critical. And I said, I am a voter. I'm supposed to be critical. That's my job. And I want to see actions. She said, well, how am I supposed to talk about racism in America without calling Americans racist? I said, well, first of all, there are many racist Americans, but there's also policy, legislation, institution, and systems that are racist that need to be addressed. They need to be addressed. And if you're not going to do that in an actualized way and in a loud, bold way, people will never really know where you're coming from. Well, you can't tell me how I feel. So I'm not telling you how you feel. I'm telling you how you sound. I'm telling you how you sound. Okay? The truth is that you should always question your source and what are their intentions. And what you all need to know is that I don't need to do any of this. I don't need to talk about any of this. Put in clip.
All right. So you saw, you heard, hopefully. Let me get the camera back. I'll just put it on top of her head right now. Anyways, you saw, you heard, hopefully. In this 2 minutes and 13 seconds, she has said everything that I've been saying on this podcast. Not everything, but regarding to politics and policy and how I vote, how I decide who to vote for, what do I expect from politicians. She has said every single thing. If you've ever wanted to go, if I've been doing this podcast for well over 8 years now, right? 7, 8 years now, right? The anniversary was back in was back in May. If you've ever wanted to know why I am the way I am politically, or why I believe why I think the way that I think, and why I move the way that I move politically, you can go back and listen to those episodes. I mean, I ain't gonna tell you not to do that now, but you can also just summarize all of that by watching this clip from Miss Amanda Seals here, and it's only 2 minutes and 13 seconds, whereas the years, that's over 100 hours of stuff that and again, if you want to decide to listen to, then by all means go ahead and do so. And for the YouTube watchers out there, even before this channel got was transitioned to the video version of this podcast, I was saying this exact same thing on YouTube. So you have minutes and hours of video content on YouTube as well, saying the exact same thing this woman just said. So no matter how I personally feel about her, I am 100% behind her with this statement here, with this attitude that she has here. She is completely right. This is how we need to move as voters in the first place. Not just aligning with people because we don't like the other guy. This is someone, by the way, who is not pro-Trump. So for anyone that's going to assume just because she holds Kamala Harris accountable doesn't mean that she is voting for Trump. You got to say these things, and you don't got to. Let me put it that way. Just like how she said at the end, I don't got to do any of this stuff. Same here. I've been saying this shit too. I don't have to do any of this shit. I don't feel bad anymore when oh my God, I missed a week. I got to go hard. No, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad no more. I appreciate those who do continue to return and listen and watch and subscribe and all this other stuff, but I don't feel bad anymore. I don't got to do this stuff. Part of why I took my technology break, social media break, which again, I'm calling it a break, but I'm still leaning more so a permanent decision. of just not going on social media unless I'm posting something that I'm doing, as far as with the podcast or with my writing. That's it. And if I'm doing promoting something I'm working with somebody else, which is stuff that I'm, planning on doing in the future, yeah. Anything else, staying off of it. I don't even have the apps on my phone. The post the posts are posted via laptop. But I don't. What I'm saying here is I don't got to do any of this shit. The backlash I get, the backlash she got, no matter how I feel about her, and I don't like this woman. I don't have much nice things or much nice feelings. Let me just say to say about Amanda Seales. I want to make that clear. But the hate and the vitriol she is getting for this clip right here is absolutely unwarranted. It's unwarranted when I get that same type of hate, and it's definitely unwarranted when somebody else, whether I like them or not, gets that same type of hate. Because I see people that I am a fan of, people that I do like, get the same type of hate for having the same opinion. And again, I still have an issue with whether I like them or not, like the individual or not, whether I even know them or not. I'm very familiar with Amanda Seales. But there are people that I'm not even familiar with. I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who this girl is. I don't know who this person is. And they are saying something and they're getting hate for it. There's this young lady that I just got privy to. And it's crazy because I just decided to follow her on Twitter the week before I decided to not be on social media. So I don't know much about her other than that. But she was once it was announced, young black girl, by the way, right? Or young black woman, right? She decided that well, she already been decided. She is very pro Palestine. She's been vocal about it on TikTok, on social media in general, right? And when it was announced that Joe Biden was dropping out and Kamala Harris would be taking his place, she said, "I'm still not voting Democrat." And these are my issues with Kamala. And also, if she is not going to do anything about what's going on in Palestine right now, if she is going to continue on what Joe Biden was doing or is doing now, which is pretty much funding and aiding Israel, then I'm not voting for them. And I'm not voting for the other guy either. Again, I don't know this young lady. She's getting hate for that, and I'm not for that hate. So whether it's someone like myself that I absolutely like and love, of course, whether it's someone else that's not me that I absolutely like or love, whether it's an Amanda Sears, which I'm not too fond of, or whether it's a stranger that I'm, like she's cool or they're cool, but I don't really have strong feelings about them as I do about myself or Amanda Seals. Um, if I see someone being wrong, being bullied, I'm going to stand up for it. You know, Amanda is not wrong in this situation here. She is not wrong. And like I said, she said some egregious things. I let it be known too. I quoted somebody who shared this clip saying things like, "This is why I hate Amanda Seales." I'm like, did you hate Amanda Seales when she lied about being autistic? Did you hate Amanda Seales when she lied on a man and said that he sexually assaulted her when the truth was she wanted to have sexual advances with him and he didn't want to, so she lied on him for that? Did you lie? Did you hate her then? Did you hate her for lying about being autistic? Did you hate her for her stank ass attitude and being disrespectful? Did you hate her for the lack of accountability that she always has? Did you hate her for? I can go on and on and on about for naming actual reasons as to why someone would hate or dislike Amanda Seales. This is not one of them. But yet you got these shields, you got these morons, these degenerates, because that's what they are. It's like all that shit that's really actually toxic for anybody to have. Y'all ignore that because you see yourself in this toxic individual. But the moment they step out of line, in quotation marks, and do something or say something, now all of a sudden they're the worst individual. Yeah, you think I'm trying to impress motherfuckers like that? You think I want people like that? I want to connect with people like that? Absolutely insane the way she's being treated for this comment here. And I don't know if this was one of her white dot rants. I got this video on Twitter. I'm gonna show y'all the post, by the way. Let's hit escape just to make it
Clips.
It keeps playing. I mean, I like the video, but you know what I'm saying? All right, why they got the video? What? Sorry, y'all. Anyways, been off Twitter for like a week and I already forgot how to use it. Anyways, that's a good sign. But as you can see, Greg the Menace, Greg. Now you got the second part right. Her career is in shambles because of her. You don't blame Kamala Harris. Don't blame Issa Rae. Don't blame me. Don't blame your insecure cast. Your career is in shambles, and I said this the last time too. Her career is in shambles is because of her. But we're not talking about her. Well, we are talking about her, but she's not a hater for I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can read this stuff clearly. But she's not a hater for literally asking Kamala Harris to do what her damn job is. Be a politician, come up with policies. She went to a politician and vocalized an issue that she cares about and says, I care about this issue. What are you going to do about this this issue? And you all's response is not, wow, Amanda Seales just practiced her civic duty as a United States citizen. It's no, she's a hater for asking Kamala Harris to do something. She's a hater for asking Kamala Harris to be real and not, act and smile and pretend to be for Black folks in our face, but then behind the scenes, not do anything and make up excuses as to why she can't do something. Well, I don't want to piss off the racists. What? That's pretty much what your girl Harris said. Well, how do I do that without calling out the racists? Motherfuck them. Call them out. The problem is, or the real thing is, it's not about pissing off racists. It's not like Kamala Harris is some people pleaser and she's like, well, I don't want to make these people upset and I don't want to make you upset and I don't want to make people like you upset, but I also don't want to make the people who hate you upset either. I don't know what to do. Oh my God. No, it ain't like that with her. She's buddy-buddy with racists. Hello, Joe Biden, but she's buddy-buddy with racists. As long as the racism doesn't get in the way of her bag, her success, she don't give a damn. And that's the thing, that's the problem. She don't give a damn about it. That's why she don't want to do anything about it. She's going to come up with every excuse. She's going to tell Amanda Seales. She's going to tell me. She's going to tell anybody else who brings issues to her, such as issues of race, or even if you are pro-Palestine, right? Genocide. She's gonna come to your face and talk about these things and tell you she can't do something about it. I never really understood Democrats, voters and politicians, but especially the voters, who try to convince me and other people that we gotta vote for the Democrats to avoid an issue from happening because you claim it's going to happen if Trump gets into office. But then once a Democrat gets into office and doesn't do the very thing that people voted them in power to do so, you then say, well, they don't have the power to do so. So if they didn't have the power to do so before they got in power, why are we voting for them to get into power to do something about this issue? It's common fucking sense, and the mental circus y'all tell y'all do, and y'all try to get me to participate in this shit. No, no, I'ma call it out. It's bullshit, yo. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to people. Don't none of y'all who are gonna listen to this or watch this video who support the lie, ain't none of y'all ever gonna comment on a logical. Y'all just gonna go with name calling. I got called a Tyrone the other day because I uploaded my Kamala Harris video on YouTube, right? I got called a Tyrone and claimed that once again, was claimed that I hate black women because I vocalize I want to vote for Kamala Harris. Someone else tried to comment and they thought they were spitting, but they really still sounded stupid. They were like, no, but if you don't vote for Kamala Harris, it does. They pretty much said if you don't vote for Kamala Harris, that doesn't mean you hate black women. It means you hate yourself because you're voting for Donald Trump. Although I've made it abundantly clear on this podcast, I'm not voting for Donald Trump. I made it abundantly clear back then in 2016 that I didn't vote for Trump and I wasn't going to vote for Trump. I made it abundantly clear this cycle around that I didn't vote for that I'm not voting for Donald Trump. I made it abundantly clear even before he announced he was running that if he were to run again, I would not vote for Donald Trump. But y'all idiots think, oh, well, if you don't vote for Trump, you gotta vote for somebody else. And that somebody else is a Democrat. And if that means if I don't vote for a Democrat, that means I am voting for Trump. That's how y'all idiots want to operate yourself. And don't paint me with the same paintbrush that you paint yourself. You're fucking idiot. I don't care who's offended by what. But let's see. I put my glasses on for a reason. The self-importance of Hollywood D-listers never cease to amaze me. That's Damon O'Neill who said that. Sad she doesn't agree with you. Hey, buddy, 50 to 60% of the US are haters. Eric Grimes, aha. There's a lot of Americans. He's right, actually. 50%. It might be about almost 60 now, but the last time I checked, 51% of the nation actually identifies. Now they might not vote this way, but that 50% of Americans identify as independent, meaning they don't align with either party. And this became a thing when this study, or at least this growing population of people identifying. Again, there's identifying as an independent, and then there's actually voting independent. Different. You know, it's only different because people like to identify with things and they like to say things, but then their actions don't follow. You know what I'm saying? But this became about because um Americans are growing tired of the two-party system. They're tired of Democrats pretending to care when they don't. They're tired of Republicans knowing that they don't care, and they're tired of them and their destructive ways and their abusive ways and pretending to be holier than thou when they're not. They're tired of the destruction of the Democrats. They're tired of the destruction of the Republicans. They're tired of both sides claiming they want to do better and they are going to do better when they don't do better for the average American. That's why a growing number of 50, anywhere between 51 to maybe even 60. Now I have to look at the numbers, but the last time I looked, it was around 50, 51-ish, 51% of Americans actually identify as independent. 51% of Americans, if you were to poll them, would not tell you they might vote out of pressure for either party of the main two parties, but get them by yourself and you were to ask them a question, they will keep it real and be like, yeah, I don't feel too strongly about X party or X politician. It's because motherfuckers know these people ain't shit. But myself and Amanda Seals or anybody else who speaks on it, we're the bad people. We're the bad guys. We're the scums. We're the haters. Crazy. Crazy. You called Amanda Seals the crazy cat lady every time she talks politics. Where was all this? Because Amanda Seals has always talked politics. I don't think any of y'all, and this is true. Yep. Jimmy Dean. Jimmy Dean, what up? I like the meme. Well, let's see what he's saying. Amanda Seals has lost so much credibility by being in lockstep with the Democrats. I think she's getting fed up, finally realizing Black Americans are not the Dems' concerns. Mm. Let's give it up for Jimmy Dean over here. Jimmy Dean Walker. Shout out to Jimmy Dean, Malcolm X conservative and foundational Black American. My man. But yo, he's right. He's absolutely right. All right. Let me stop sharing the screen now because I made my point. Um, and I don't need to read anything, so I can take these off too. Um, but it's crazy. And Amanda, if you get your eyes and ears on this, hopefully this is a moment where you realized how quickly people turn on you. Because I know there were people who felt the way about Amanda Seals that I did. None of my issues with Amanda Seals has been political. Every time I've seen her talk about politics, has she been on the Democrat bandwagon of if you don't vote for the Democrat, you're voting for Trump. I've seen that, and of course, I think it's cringy. But for the majority of the time, when I've seen her speak about politics, she's talking about race, an issue that she clearly cares about a lot. You know, she's talking about wanting policies that protect Black people here in America. You know what I'm saying? She's talking about justice for Black folks in America. You've never seen me, and out of all of my critiques of her, mention any of that be a reason as to why I dislike her. Why? Because that's the stuff I agree with her on. Just like this clip here. And it's a wonderful clip. Like honestly, it's definitely a wonderful clip. She, like I said, in 2 minutes and 13 seconds, she said everything I've been saying for years. And as far as politicians, as far as politics and what I talk about here on the podcast and why I move the way that I move politically. I can't hate on that. What I've been saying for 8 years, she said in 2 minutes. That's not a dig at me. You know what I'm saying? I got a podcast. I'm doing a podcast here. And I'm a man that stand on my toe, 10, I was about to say two toes. I got more than two toes. I got 10 toes, but 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? 10 toes down, you know? So of course, that's how I'm going to move. I'm a man of principle. You know what I'm saying? If I say that this is how I do things, this is why I do things, I follow it through with action. Unlike the 51% I'm of the 51% that I identify as independent, but I actually vote that way as well. You know, I don't say I'm independent and then primarily vote Democrat. I don't say I'm independent and then primarily vote Republican. Heck, I don't say I'm independent and primarily vote independent or Green Party. I told you the last two elections I voted Green Party. Presidential elections, we put it that way, I voted Green Party. The other elections, it was whoever I thought was the best candidate, whether that was a Republican or a Democrat or an independent or someone else. And then there were times where I just didn't vote. Yeah, I've practiced the don't vote because I think everybody sucks. And I'm a firm believer in that as well. If you think everybody sucks, don't vote. You know? So just wanted to say, yeah, Amanda Seals is absolutely right in this situation here. And despite how I feel, because I know a lot of people can't do this, you know, you can't see a different opinion or you can't see someone that you dislike for whatever reasons, and you can't look at them and say, well, they said something right here, or, you know, they're in the wrong or they're being wronged. Amanda Seals could get dragged, God forbid, but literally someone could try to drag her for her political view, to just drag her in general. Now, granted, now if it's a fight between her and someone else and her and another woman, let's put it that way, because it better not be with another dude. I don't care how much you dislike her or whatever, don't be putting your hands on any woman. You know what I'm saying? But if you a dude, but she can literally, I'm saying she can literally be dragged across the street and I see it. I'm gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I'm gonna try to help her out. And again, I don't like this woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't like her. There might be a situation where if we had a conversation or if I saw changed behavior to where it's like, okay, I can see me changing my mind because I don't, you know, whether I choose to like or dislike somebody, I never want that to be the end all be all. Now, granted, if I like somebody, if I feel positively about somebody, I obviously want that positive feeling about them to last for as long as we both stay alive and even afterward. You know what I'm saying? God forbid they die today or tomorrow, and God forbid I die today, tomorrow. Whatever the case is, I want those emotions, those positive emotions about them that I have about them to be the case, you know? But I'm not going to, because I would want that for everybody, anybody, doesn't mean that I like that. It's people this year alone that I used to get along with. And I'm like, I don't fuck with you no more. There's people where I look at and I'm like, I didn't at first I didn't like you, but you know what? We cool now, or you know, we real cordial, or you know, I respect you. You know, I respect you now. I didn't respect you before, but I respect you now. It's all about us. You know, it's all about, you know, it's life, you know, at the end of the day. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to just say, listen, Amanda Seals is right. She is absolutely right in everything she said from beginning to end, straight up. What Harris thought she was going to do was, if they did have this meeting, because I don't know if they really did or not, but what Harris thought she was going to do, according to Amanda Seals, was pull the wool over her eyes and get her to continue to shield for the Democrats. And I'm glad that Amanda Seals realized, or it seems as though she realized, all the shilling she was doing was for nothing. All the shilling that she was doing was hurting her people. You know what I'm saying? This is someone who again says that she cares about black people. All the black shields y'all see who are willing to let Kamala Harris and the Democrats in general, and even the Republicans, the black shields on that side, they're willing to allow themselves to be used as pawns to get black votes. Those folks don't care about black people. Meanwhile, Amanda Seals, if I have to say something nice about her outside of her looks, is you can tell she genuinely cares about the welfare, the well-being of Black folks here in America. Probably go globally too, but we're here to talk about America, you know? And anybody who doesn't care about that are the folks who are allowing themselves to be used by any politician or any political party. So you can't hate on that at the end of the day. And that's the thing that's really got me is y'all hate on the people who actually give a fuck. And the people who don't care, you clamor on to them because they give you sweet nothings. And then if I were to look at y'all dating history, it would not be surprised that the dudes that was doing you dirty or the women that was doing you dirty and lying to you and cheating on you, those are the motherfuckers that got all your love. But the maybe one to two or so folks that was doing you right, or even if you've never had someone that was doing you right, there was somebody that was wanted to actually show you what was right, and you dogged the shit out of them. You dogged the shit out. You just was like, nah, get out of here. No, you corny, you this, you that, you ain't no. So you get what you vote for at the end of the day. And much like Amanda Seals, I wasn't even going to mention this. I was just going to fade away into darkness and not really talk much about politics, but we here now. The comment she made at the very end is how I've been feeling lately about politics, about this podcast, but politics in general. I don't have to do this. I've been doing this shit for years and I've been getting hated for it for years. Now I'm used to it. I'm not like, oh my God, they hate me and I'm just gonna quit because nobody likes me. I relish in it, you know what I'm saying, at this moment in time, because like I said, algorithm. I was saying that earlier, and I was talking to the audio listeners. It's all about algorithm. I think I may have said it to the video watchers too, but it's all about the algorithm at this point. No, I'm not saying things to get you know, hateful comments and shit. No, I'm still speaking my mind because it is what it is, but I'm not going to continue to filter myself, and I'm not going to continue to shut myself up because, oh, I don't want these hateful comments. Oh, I don't want, no, because now all of a sudden I just see you as a number. Your politician sees you as a number, so, and you don't got a problem with it, so you should be used to being viewed as a number. Mm. Until you start to value yourself as an individual and you start to respect people who are telling you to value yourself as an individual, you shall not be viewed as an individual, as a human being. I don't care how you feel about that. I don't care what you say. You constantly, every election cycle, allow these people to dupe you, lie to you, and then you get on here and you become their foot soldiers and you shame people who are telling you you should value yourself more. You should have a higher standard when it comes to your politicians and what to expect from a political party or from an election, or you should come with demands, right? Something tangible. Tangible meaning something other than that's not collard greens and Timberland boots and Despacito and rap music and whatever, right? And big booty rappers twerking on stages. You should come with something more than that. All right. All that stuff is tangible. And golly, I wish Megan's ass was tangible to me, but it's not. And I'm not hating. But what I'm saying in all seriousness, um, like people are telling you you should value yourself more, and those people are getting hate for that. Those people, meaning me, meaning Amanda Seals in this clip, meaning countless other individuals who say, hey, vote for politicians who actually want to do something for the issues that you claim to care about. We get hate for it. Not everybody, of course. There are people, and there are those of y'all out there, and I appreciate y'all for real, who are like, you're right. Or I appreciate y'all for stating your opinion and saying you absolutely, this is how you move politically as well. And I appreciate y'all because you get it. Not that you because you're agreeing with me, but because you understand. You know? Because even I've even gotten comments and more so on TikTok, people saying, I understand what you're saying, but this ain't the time. They hit me with that whole this ain't the time to be voting for a third party right now. We gotta vote against, a Republican or vote against Trump. But I get what you're saying. I got more grace for those folks, even though I don't like that comment either. I got more grace for those folks than the ones who go straight to the insults, straight to the shaming tactics, which none of it actually works. None of it. Again, don't paint me with the same paintbrush that you paint yourself with. Just because people can shame you into doing things, peer pressure you into doing things, doesn't mean it works on me, doesn't mean it will work on Amanda Seals, doesn't mean it will work on anybody else. People with an actual brain and backbone who can get on public platforms, private platforms, but publicly and say things like and say the things that they say, understand they're going to get backlash for it, and still walk proudly and say, I said what I said. Yeah. So I got respect for Amanda Seals for doing that. Again, I don't know if this was a white dot rant because I tried looking on her TikTok and I couldn't find this video. I tried looking on her IG and I couldn't find her IG. I don't know if she's even on IG. She may have got me blocked. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I typed in Amanda Seals and it's a bunch of white women with the same name and they spell it the same way. So it was clear she's got a white woman's name. But but nah. Yeah, I couldn't find it on her page. So I don't know if she ended up deleting it. I gotta end this right here. Get these clothes out the dryer. But but yeah, y'all shit on people. I'm just gonna drill this point into you all's head. I don't give a fuck if you're listening to it now and now you clicked off, whatever the case is. Y'all shit on people who tell you to value yourself, and then the people who lie to you are the people that get y'all praise. And like Amanda was saying, I don't think I made this clear, but like Amanda was saying, we don't got to do this. We don't got to. And like I said, if this podcast becomes a situation to where, or like I was saying, this podcast becomes a situation to where I talk less and less about politics and more about my interests outside of politics, it's your choice whether you want to stay or not. I'm not going to be upset either way. Um, but there's a reason for that. And that reason will likely be because I'm tired of saying the same shit over and over again and being treated like that bad guy for trying to do something good for y'all, trying to educate y'all. Now, I don't think I will ever stop talking about politics ever. I don't see myself doing that. But I will say, will that be a weekly topic going forward? Not if I can help it. And I run this podcast, so I definitely can help it. So, yep, we're going to get into the last topic. Stay tuned.